Hello, my name is Heather Gobler, and for my 21st century topic, I chose to investigate the effects that increased learning time can have on student academic outcomes. School districts across the country have been looking at different strategies that will increase student performance on standardized tests. Current global test scores show that American children have been outperformed by students in other countries. Many people believe this is because other countries have longer school years and more instruction time. Countries in part of Europe, Asia, and China have adopted a 220 to 240 day school year, and the average school day is longer in these countries than here in America. As you can see in the chart, the United States is being outperformed in reading, math, and science by many countries who provide increased learning time for their students through extended school years and even year-round school years. Increased learning time can be offered to students in a variety of formats. Schools can increase learning time by offering before and after school programs, summer schools, extended school days or extended school years, and year-round schooling options. We'll take a look at each type of program and see if it has an impact on improving student academics as observed through standardized test scores. However, before we do, it's important to note that not all increased learning programs are created equal. Researchers have determined that increased learning programs that have clear objectives, are based on the Common Core standards, and that have high expectations and goals for their students are more successful in promoting academic improvement than programs that do not have this structure. In addition, programs that strive to develop specific learning skills and strategies for their students also tend to have better academic results. Many increased learning programs specifically target teaching students critical thinking skills, creative thinking skills, communication skills, and collaboration skills. These 4 specific target areas help students to learn and are vital to success in school. The first type of increased learning time program we will discuss will be before and after school programs. Before and after school programs are frequently offered by school districts and other types of community organizations. Some before and after school programs provide recreation and enrichment opportunities, while others focus on helping students with homework and one-on-one tutoring. For the purpose of this presentation, we will only discuss before and after school programs that provide academic support to students. Academically focused before and after school programs usually focus on increasing reading and math skills in children. The location of the program does not influence whether or not the program was beneficial to the students. So before and after school programs could be held at school, at church, or any other community organization. The factors that determine if the program was successful include if the program is aligned with the district's current curriculum, if the academic help provided by the students was given by certified teachers who used explicit instruction techniques. When all of these standards were met, researchers did find some small statistical evidence that these programs had a positive effect on students' social and emotional behaviors in the classroom. Research studies have also shown that students who attend 1 to 3 hours of after-school programming were noted to have better social skills and work habits in the classroom than children who did not attend a before or after-school program. So these programs were beneficial in teaching students how to manage their time wisely and how to communicate effectively with their teachers and peers. Academic before and after school programs were also successful in helping to reduce behavioral problems that were due to academic frustrations. The additional time and support spent with the student to help them understand the curriculum allowed the student to feel more confident about their abilities in learning the material. Research also showed that students who attend before and after school programs experience positive changes to their feelings of self-efficacy, self-esteem, and motivation. The additional academic support and positive feedback from the staff at the before and after school program helped to build a growth and mastery mindset among the students. In addition, students' attendance, behavior, and overall engagement in school were also positively affected by these programs. Since many of these programs are offered before or after work hours, these programs also help to bridge the gap that occurs at home and between school by allowing more parental engagement. Parents were able to take time at pickup and drop off to talk with the program staff about their children's individual needs and goals. This time is used to talk about the children's progress and to develop partnership strategies to continue the positive momentum, not only at school or in the program, but at home as well. So far, we mentioned many non-academic benefits to before and after school programs. You may be asking, did any student show an improvement in their standardized test scores as a result of this type of increased learning time program? The answer is yes. Studies have shown that students who live in poverty or who have low socioeconomic status are the students who need these additional before and after school programs. They were one of the only categories of students who saw documented academic improvements on their standardized test scores by participating in the programs. Many employed parents use these programs as a way to provide supervision for their children while they're at work. Unfortunately, these parents who struggle to make ends meet also cannot afford the cost of before and after school programs. So many times the children that need the help the most are left unsupervised and unstimulated and at home. Summer schools are the next type of increased learning program. Summer schools are offered during traditional summer vacation. Summer schools generally fit into one of three categories: remediation, enrichment, or extended year for students with special needs. Almost all school districts provide summer school programs for students who have failed a class or who are performing well below grade level. Remediation summer school programs serve students who have difficulty mastering the required core content and skills of their academic year. Remediation school programs are designed to deliver specific curriculum in a condensed period of time. Typically, classes are 2 to 3 hours a day for 4 to 6 weeks. Summer schools are traditionally offered by the school district and are taught by a certified teacher. Many times these programs are mandatory if a student wants to progress to the next grade or course level. The goal of the program is to prevent grade remediation, and these programs proved beneficial in allowing students to progress on schedule through their academic track and allowed many students to graduate on time. Participation in this type of summer school program did not correlate to improved standardized test scores. The second type of summer school increased learning program focuses on enrichment opportunities. These programs are designed to assist a student in accelerating their learning in a specific curricular area. Studies could include science, technology, engineering, math, art, robotics, foreign languages, and more. These programs are often offered in a camp-style format. They emphasize learning as an enjoyable activity and provide students with a glance at potential future career fields. The final type of summer school program is the extended year for students with special needs. Under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, some students may qualify for summer services as indicated in their IEPs. This type of program is designed to meet the individual needs of the student. So the format can take on a variety of different forms. The program may emphasize one or more areas where special attention is needed for a student to meet a particular IEP goal. It could also serve a student who needs the continuity of a structured program to avoid loss of skills and knowledge during the prolonged summer vacation. Researchers have conducted studies to determine if increased learning time given to students through summer school programs have a positive impact on standardized test scores. So far, there is no research that proves that these programs increase test scores among the students who attend the programs. Some theorists believe that students who attend summer programs as part of a remediation program just learn the material required to pass the course, but do not retain the information when standardized testing time comes around. Students who participate in enrichment type summer school programs do show increased learning knowledge in their specific area of study, But unfortunately, robotics and foreign languages are not usually assessed during standardized tests. Finally, students who receive summer school support as a result of their IEPs may also receive special accommodations that allow them to bypass typical standardized tests altogether, or their accommodations may permit them to take an alternate form of tests, so their scores are not usually included in the study results. The third type of program that increases student learning time is expanded school days and expanded school years. An expanded school year is a curriculum year that offers over 180 days of classroom instruction. An expanded school day is 7 or more hours of educational instruction in any given day. Most school districts in the United States operate their school year using 170 to 180 days of instruction. This instruction is typically held Monday through Fridays and is about 6.5 hours of teaching each day. The biggest deterrent to this type of increased learning time model is that additional school days and hours come at a cost. Districts will be forced to increase their personnel and occupancy budgets in order to accommodate this additional learning time. It is estimated that an increase of 1.5 hours for a school day would cost about $9,000 per teacher over the academic year. Plus, the estimated cost nationally of adding an additional 20 days of school to a calendar year would cost taxpayers approximately $20 to $22 billion a year. This change in school schedule would also impact employers and other businesses who are dependent on the hours of the traditional school year. The biggest impact would be on the nation's hotel and tourism industries. It would also severely impact organizations who provide recreational and summer camp services to families in the summer. Schools who have decided to use the extended learning time model believe that this additional time with the students allows them to enrich the curriculum and spend much needed time addressing the individual's specific learning needs. Low income and some minority students have less access to educational resources and stimulation during the traditional summer vacation. This lack of access causes significant academic loss and increases the learning gap between the middle class and these students. Therefore, these students see more benefit from the increase in school time. Research has proven that expanded school days and years have proven to be beneficial to students who are performing at or below grade level, or who are at most at risk for school failure. One study stated that adding 15 more minutes to the traditional school day allowed disadvantaged youth to display a 37% gain in average academic growth from the previous school year. Increased school days and times did not have a significant academic benefit to the traditional middle class students. Many school administrators feel that partnerships between community service organizations and the schools can provide opportunities to these disadvantaged children without having to increase learning time from within the school system. The final type of increased learning time for students is to offer year-round schooling. Year-round schooling allows the districts to structure the academic year into several instructional blocks. Even though students are attending school all year long, they have several small vacation periods scattered throughout the calendar year. As you can see, our traditional school calendar is located to the right of the screen. This shows the traditional 60 days off for summer vacation, usually about 3 days off for Thanksgiving, 10 days off for winter break, and 5 days off for spring break. The modified school calendar is located on the left side of the screen. This shows a shortened period off for summer vacation, totaling only 30 days. They incorporate a 15-day fall break into the schedule, and they've expanded winter and spring break periods. Teachers who teach for schools with year-long or modified school calendars have mentioned that they experience less teacher burnout. The short summer vacation allows the districts to provide longer periods of time off during spring and winter breaks and have allowed time for the new fall break. These more frequent and longer breaks allow teachers to decompress and come back fresh for the next learning block. This method of increased learning time also helps to alleviate the educational inequities that long summer vacations create for children and lower socioeconomic families. As we've mentioned previously, these students have limited access to academic resources over traditional longer summer vacations and have shown significant academic loss during this period. Year-long school years help to reduce these learning inequities. Since children no longer have that long summer period off, teachers do not spend as much time reteaching or reviewing skills, allowing them to use their class time more efficiently. Unfortunately, multiple studies have found that there are no differences in learning between students who attend year-round school and those who are on a traditional school year schedule. With the overall student number, while the overall student numbers show no significant differences in standardized test scores, at-risk students do tend to do better in year-round setups. Studies have found that disadvantaged students lose about 27% or more of their learning gains in the summer months than their peers. This type of learning system would prevent these students from having that learning loss. In conclusion, increased learning time in most formats improves social emotional skills for a majority of students. The only students who appear to receive academic learning benefits come from economically disadvantaged students who do not have the resources or access to supplement their learning outside of the traditional school day or year. Almost all of the articles I studied for this project mentioned that the amount of instructional time is not near as important statistically as how the instruction time is spent. Broken down into its most basic form, quality is more valuable than quantity. Now that you've learned a little bit about some of the academic and non-academic benefits of increased learning time for students, do you think the school day or school year should be extended to improve the academic performance of the economically disadvantaged? Why or why not? And what are ways we as teachers can eliminate the educational learning gap that occurs during summer vacation if our districts do not move towards an extended school year format? I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Here are our reference materials for the information provided in the slideshow. If you have any questions, please feel free to list them in the discussion post of this assignment. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.